Water Operators Partnerships, or WOPs, are when water or sanitation operators come together to share expertise and learn from each other. WOPs improve the capacity of the recipient operator so they can do their jobs more effectively and provide more sustainable services to more people. There are a few features that make WOPs stand out. 1. The main difference between WOPs and other utility improvement approaches is that they're not for profit. This means that the relationship between operators is based more on trust than contracts, and this favors better learning. 2. WOPs are based on peer learning between operators that need support and mentoring operators. Together, the partner operators identify where the mentee, the recipient of the support, needs help and how they can work together to co-create knowledge based on the expertise of the mentor. The sharing happens between the institutions, but it's also about the exchange between peer professionals working together to solve problems. 3. WOPs are demand-driven. This is because sustainable change can only work when the utility getting helped wants to invest in change. In WOPs, partner utilities decide together where there is the greatest need and how to make the most of their partnership to improve the technical, operational, or managerial capacity of the recipient utility. So what happens in a WOP? WOPs are as diverse as the operators that take part in them, but they tend to go something like this. Willing utilities come together on the basis of their complementary strengths and needs, taking into account contextual factors like language and proximity. In many cases, GWOPR can help utilities come together and make sure it's the right match. Once matched, partners jointly identify priorities based on the recipient's needs. Staff from the partner operators begin working together toward the agreed objectives. Learning takes place over months or years of working together, taking part in exposure visits, classroom and on-the-job training, joint diagnosis and planning, co-development of tools and routines, and through remote consultation. More than just knowing something new, WOPs help change habits and practices to help the recipient do things differently. WOP partners regularly assess and monitor progress and adapt their course of action as the partnership evolves. Once the initial goals have been achieved, many partners choose to continue working together or even expand the scope of collaboration. In some cases, recipient operators decide to take on a mentoring role to support other operators through a WOP. So what are the costs associated with WOPs, and who pays? Expenses in WOPs usually include travel and accommodation for technical visits and staff time. Although all WOPs are different, WOPs between operators on the same continent rarely exceed $50,000 a year. In addition to there being no profit involved in these partnerships, mentor operators often even provide their staff time in kind as a contribution. In most WOPs, money saved through improved practice largely outweighs the cost. So what are the gains? Water operators all over the world face some common challenges. By sharing skills and solutions, they are better positioned to overcome them. In many cases, WOPs are used as a way of supporting bigger changes or investments within a utility. Staff motivation usually rises off the scale. Within a year, WOPs participants see organizational changes resulting from new staff knowledge and skills. In the second and third years, measurable operational improvements can be seen, stemming from better working routines, improved management practices, and more effective organizational structures. In the longer term, and combined with financial and political factors, operational improvements resulting from WOPs can lead to universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all. The commitment UN member states have made with Sustainable Development Goal 6. The WOPs movement is growing. If you think a WOP could be right for you, or you just like to learn more, visit gwopr.org.